Welcome back, Pimp My Team. For round 26, it's winding down, right? NRL Fantasy this year, it is coming to a close. You've got head-to-head finals this week. You're probably in a spot where you don't have many trades left. If you've got one or two, you are spoiled, but most of us do have zero right now. So, look, it's a tricky spot. It's a tricky spot, but it has been such a good season. It's been one of the most chaotic seasons in recent memory. So I do want to hammer home too. If you had a tough finish to the year, don't let it dishearten you. Don't let it slow you down. Next year's going to be much easier. I promise this has been one of the craziest years for NRL Fantasy we have ever seen. I do want to say thank you as well, all of you guys, for jumping on for the ride. It's been awesome to have you along with me this year talking NRL Fantasy, doing one of my favorite things. So, sup, Rock? How's it going? Got a bunch of teams to review today. First one, though, I'm going to do something different. The Misso actually made a fantasy side. So I'm going to show you that one, and we're going to have a look at that and pimp it first. Now, she has unlimited trades because she made her team 2 weeks ago. And let's not be too harsh. In fact, if you do have a rating for it, give it an out of 10 rating in the chat. So, Bella's team, the Tequila Lovers, we've got Chris Randall, Isaiah Yeo, Terrell May, that was a shocker. Seyfarth, genius move. We've got Young, Olakawatu. Oh, yeah. Okay, Brooks and Galvin. Lucas in there as well. Fair Tapo's been decent recently. And then Tur, Gutho, Savage. How's the bench looking? She's made her own team, by the way. I didn't make it for her. But then, yeah, Fenai, not bad. Myers, Gaia, and Lussick. Lussick was good last week, but he cooled off this week. So for this team, what would I do? I mean, look, obviously cash generation is a tough one when you start the season so late. So for Bella's team, again, guys, by the way, first-time player, so don't be too harsh. But Luke Brooks as vice captain, that's savagery. Look, Isaiah Yeo as captain, you might as well stick with that. That's been going really well. I would think about potentially selling Terrell May and using that money elsewhere, and then probably Seyfarth as well. So if we were trading Terrell May and Seyfarth, you're going to have about 1.1 million to spend. At that point, I'm thinking you buy a gun player and a cheaper player. So maybe even just beef up the team and just go offer Hengawi and Adam Reynolds. Something like that. A bit cheaper options, but that's probably what I'd do. So Seyfarth and May out, offer Hengawi and Adam Reynolds in. That's what I'm thinking for this team. All right. Good luck, Bella. Good luck this week. I think we've got a match up in our head-to-head grand final as well. Now, let's get right into it with these teams. So, pick my team. Who we got? We've got Gun 40 first. To roast my team. He's got no trades left. Dire Straits. Okay. We have Harry Grant out. We have Tokamanu out. We have Eli Katoa out. We have Jerome Hughes out. Ooh, that's 4 starters missing this game. And then we have 4 guys on the bench who won't be playing as well. Right, you are down to 13 men, and that 13 men includes Isaac Tungo, Tom Starling, Xavier Savage, KO Weeks. Yeah, this is rough sledding, man. This is rough sledding. Look, all I'm going to say is if you're inside the top 10K after this week, you've done well, because that's a light roster. 13 men. I'm down below 17 as well, but 13 is something special. I do appreciate your optimism, though. Hey, Longy, been a good year, even though it's been pretty chaotic. Look, it has been. It's just been really crazy this year. For your team, there's not much you can do. I think you need to go for a pod captain. So Fanua Blake is a good shout. I would consider Dave Fafita. I'm not the highest on it, but some people really like that option. You could also look at potentially Drinkwater versus a depleted Melbourne side, or Karaz if you like him too. For me, I think Fanua Blake is a really good option. Actually, Payne Haas, he probably plays this week as well. So he'll slide back into the team. So that does get you an extra player there too. If you wanted to captain Payne Haas, that would be a risky option, but it could have some upside as well. So Fanua Blake or Drinkwater are probably the 2 captains I'd be looking at for you. Otherwise, man, it's going to be a big week of rank increasing. All right, rolling through Macboot. Let's have a look at this team. So IMM are Macboot. Let's see this. So rank 855, you're in a good spot. Just a little bit behind me. I'm about 750, I think, this week. So you could overtake me this week if you go well. Now, for your side, a lot of green dots across the board in a good position. Gray in the halves there. So Garrick slides into wing fullback as well. And then the bench. Okay, so we got the loophole there with Tungo and Talangi. Obviously, Galvin, Hughes, and Murray are out. Murray is a rough go, man. Like, trading Murray and him getting suspended for 3 weeks instantly, that's tough because he has been absolutely killing it. And he was a great buy. He just got really unlucky with that one. Now, for your team, you've got 2 trades to use, so you're in a pretty clear spot. Murray and Hughes out for Yo and Ponga. It's not a bad option. So I think Murray for Ponga is a no-brainer. The question is then, do you go Hughes to Yeo? Now, the fact that Penrith lost last week and lost the week before that means that they're in contention for a home final spot, but they're not guaranteed it. So for them, I would be thinking they're probably not going to rest Yeo too much. They might give him a little rest at the end. But overall, I think he'll play both of these games. So Murray and Hughes to Yeo and Ponga is a good shout. If you were lighter on trades, I would maybe suggest keeping Hughes. But I think, with your team the way it is, you can make these trades pretty confidently. Do you have enough cover? So Jack White and Izzy cover at half. Do you have center cover? You got center cover with Garrick and Krause. Yeah, you got good cover. I think those are good trades. They're big upside trades, leads to 25K in the bank, which is actually very satisfying there as well. But yeah, make those trades. They're a great option for you. And then your no edge cover, head-to-head grand final. Okay, head-to-head grand final, you definitely make these trades then. Yeah, 100%. Is there anything else I would be concerned about? I guess I'm thinking then, if it's head-to-head grand final, you're getting Ponga and Yeo, Murray and Hughes. So Ponga and Yeo will come in. Who do you bench, right? So you might skip Marzu potentially, or use Marzu in a loophole. You might skip Marnie. He's been pretty dodgy as well. And then, not many of these other players you'd want to leave out. So the other option is you could buy a half instead. So I like Ponga a lot right now, but you could target a half as a different option. It would be tricky at 650K. So if you want to, have a look at halves too, and then it means you can leave Jai Gray out. That's an option you can consider as well. But other than that, I think you're in a clear spot. I think just use those loopholes aggressively is the key thing here. So I would personally try to use Marzu in one of those loopholes, maybe with Tungo, that double loophole, or something like that there. But you're in a good spot for this head-to-head grand final. That's one of the better teams I've seen this week. Now, ABM lost 9 ranks last week with DCE captains, still scored 960. That's awesome. Might captain Drinkwater, as I reckon he'll score big against the Storm team, who are resting a ton of players this week. Roast my team. All right, let's get roasting. So for ABM, rank 834, very similar ranking there too. So for your side, again, you've been in a really strong spot recently. DCE captain really burned you. Scotty Drinkwater captain is another very brave captaincy choice, but you've been in hot form lately, so I don't mind it too much. For the bench here, yeah, Hughes, Finu, Cartwright, Galvin. No trades left. Do you have any problems? Anyone's going to miss it out? I think most of your players should be fine. There's not really anyone who's at risk of missing the game this week. So you'll have your 17. You've been in a good spot. Look, Drinkwater as captain is pretty crazy. It could pay off. They've got a good matchup. They're playing at home. The Storm are resting a lot of players. Drinky should be good. I don't think he's going to be that good, though. Like, Drinkwater doesn't normally crack sort of 70, 75 points. And if you're taking this risk at captain, you want that 100-point upside. So for me, Drinkwater is not that exciting. But at the same time, I think he'll come out and he'll produce a very solid score. So I've got him earmarked for 60 points. He could pop off and score 70. I just don't think he has that 100-plus potential that you're looking for with a captaincy choice like that. Who does, though? That's probably the big question. So I don't know, we could make a play at someone like Tedesco. We could make a play at like a Dave Fafita, but he hasn't really been doing it this year. DCE's been a bit up and down. So look, Drinkwater is as good a captain as any, unless you were going Yo, basically. So I don't mind the Drinkwater captaincy choice. I'm just not personally super excited by it, but if you want it, go for it. You're in a good rank. You're in a good spot. You might as well take the risk. I do like that a lot. All right, Baden. Crashed out of my head-to-head final after coming up against Turbo, Grant, and Hughes. That's so unlucky. They absolutely killed it. Also, that owner doesn't have Grant and Hughes next week, so probably loses that grand final. But you still want to see how your rank can go these last 2 weeks. So let's have a look. Please help me with the bench and give the team a good roasting. All right. So for your side, let's see this. Rank 6,882, but you're more of a head-to-head coach. Let's line up the bench here. So a lot of green dots, really strong roster, good starting side. Unlucky there with Turbo versus Edwards. That lost you 60 points. That's really rough. Then, yeah, Manu was quiet last week too. That edge didn't really do what it was meant to do. Dom Young was quiet as well. Barnett, quiet. Okay, you got really unlucky because this is a good roster. Really, really good roster. So, for you, there's not heaps you can do. And Cam Murray's a red dot, so you've already got him in the loophole spot there. So, if you're loopholing with Cam Murray, the question is, do you want Gray or Sharp? That's the big question, right? So if you're looking at Gray and Sharp as your options here, let's see. Because, I don't know, who have the Bunnies have the Panthers. and the Knights have the Titans. So I think Gray is the better scorer, of course, but Sharp could pop off. And if you want that, I don't know, Sharp has that upside against the Titans here. I think Sharp could be the option that outscores Gray. Now, Gray is the better fantasy player. I'm just tipping Sharp to score a couple of tries. So I like the idea of Sharp. I like Ponga this week as well. I think if you want to go crazy, I don't mind Ponga as a captain option. Obviously, Yo is the better option, but Ponga has big upside. I don't mind the idea of using Sharp instead of Gray. So see how Tungo scores. If Tungo goes really well, you keep him. If he goes poorly, you bring Sharp into this spot in exchange for instead. I take Sharp over Gray, but it's totally up to you the way you want to go with this one. All right, now it's a light session today. So the Pimp My Team, it really relies on people having trades left. Most people are out of trades now. It's been really cool running these each week with you guys. So we'll see how we go next week. We might just do them offline next week. But otherwise, guys, Discord is a really good spot. Look, I know we're coming to the end of the season now, but if you do want to jump in, I just want to show you guys a little bit about Discord that we have here. So we've got the trade talk section. A lot of you guys have already seen this, but you can actually post your team in here. We have injury updates as well. So there's constantly injury updates coming through. We've got bottom 9 life, which is where we all complain about our teams that haven't made the finals. And then going down the list here, draft leagues. So some draft league chats. Here's our Discord league, for example. I'm versing Jahu in the final in our Discord draft league. We're going to do heaps more draft leagues next year, by the way. So if you haven't joined the Discord, jump into Discord now so that next year when we put the invites out for draft leagues, you'll see that notification. We also have some other sports channels as well. So, EPL, NFL, NBA, cricket. Cricket's very quiet because only Bergs wants cricket, but NFL is a fun one. We'll make some leagues for that as well. And then obviously the upgrade channels here too. So thank you guys for jumping on. Discord is the spot to be. 12-minute quick Pick My Team this week. Not a lot of teams to go through. If you guys do want your team looked at as well, jump into Discord. If you're in the head-to-head finals, you can get upgrades for free this week. So if you just want one for your head-to-head final, upgrade this week, get it for free, then cancel, and you'll be sweet. It's just in the welcome newbie section, the instructions on how to upgrade. Any questions, guys, by the way? If you have any questions, I'll field those as well. So Teddy or Ponga this week? I like Ponga this week. And look, Teddy's been killing it. Got a matchup against Canberra at the end of the round. It's a favorable matchup. But at the same time, Dylan Edwards got stomped by Canberra last week. So I'm liking Ponga versus the Titans. I just reckon he tears off some big plays in that game. I think he's going to be very big in this one. I think Bradman Best being back as well is good news for Ponga because it just opens up more space and defenders have to focus on Best as opposed to just focusing on Ponga. So I'm a big Ponga fan, but personally I own both these guys. I'm half considering captaining Ponga as well. So that's what I'm considering. Hey guys, thank you guys for jumping on. Super quick one. That is Pimp My Team done and dusted. We'll have some fantasy awards going through soon as well. So make sure to check those out. Otherwise, good luck this week. Win your head-to-head finals, get that best possible rank, and try to survive with as many players as you have this week. Good luck.